Welcome all Earth, Air, CUSP. This is for Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, Libra, and Capricorn, Aquarius. Welcome, welcome, guys. This is your Virgo blood moon lunar eclipse. This will be happening on March 2nd or 3rd, depending on where you are in the world. Okay, guys, let's get in here. This is about a karmic reset. This Virgo energy brings in correction, refinement, and accountability. Okay. For all you Earth, Air combinations, this reset is happening around the responsibility, mental pressures, and long-term cycles that have been draining you, right? So it's asking you, it says the end of a tough cycle approaches, and what do you need to release? Okay, so this is definitely a completion, guys, a completion. I like it. Just get a couple of portal cards over here for you. See what the overall energy has to say over here. At the end of the video, I will be pulling a couple of cards for each sign. Okay, here we go. We have the Orion activation. This is the recreation and the renewal, rebirth by light. Of course, this is a full moon, so then you have the higher heart activation, dropping your shields for the divine love, healing the heart. I like it. So it's like, what do we need to release? So let's just kind of look at these just for a second here, guys. You have that full moon in Capricorn coming out, that end of the tough cycle. This is looking at that long-term strain, carrying those responsibilities and holding that structure together, being stable, right? Beautiful earth energy over here. So bringing out that earth energy that you need, right? That you need to stay stable. That's one of your energies. So that's great. So it's kind of like something you've been enduring for a while. It's definitely not something that you've just started, right? This is something that's been going on and on and on and lingering around. But it says we have the renewal. Everything's going to be renewed because this is a reset of karma, right? So making that conscious yet not forced decision. It doesn't want you to force the decision. It wants you to heal from the decision with the higher heart of what needs to be released. So you're choosing to let go. You want this to let go, right? And I love the Orion activation because it's saying it is going to renew it. It's going to help you out on releasing this. Or we have a lot of release going on, a lot of starting a new era. So it's almost like here's the extra help that you need again. It's not like the universe has been helping a lot, right? It's almost like, okay, well, let's go on to the next step, right? So lots of renewal, lots of getting rid of bad karma and baggage. Things are really starting to come to light. You can see it in the world as well. Where things are starting to open up. The whole world is activating with the truths coming out, the renewals coming out, ending those old chapters. So this is definitely a recalibration and higher alignment and stepping into that new chapter with more clarity than you'd had before. So but that full moon's really going to bring in that clarity. Nothing's going to be hidden, right? Everything's going to come to light. You're going to see things in a different way. I like that. So really feeling like you're seeing things from a new perspective. But I do like that one because over here it says dropping shields, but you can armor up emotionally. You can armor up where you need to armor up. Not just feel like, you know, you're stuck in a straitjacket, right? Because you don't have to defend yourself anymore. You just protect yourself the way you need to protect yourself. That's for some of you, not all of you, okay? Because that's what the eclipse is saying. So let's get a couple cards over here. We do have, there it is. Look at that. Don't have to defend yourself as much. Man, it makes me want to put that here because it says dropping shields and it says you don't have to feel like you're over-exhausting yourself. It doesn't feel like you're in this overprotective mode. You just put on armor enough just to shield yourself the way you need to be shielded by making boundaries that are healthy, not by being overprotective and feeling that you're in a challenge mode. right? And that you're geared up to fight or however it is, right? And then you have the 10 of Swords coming out. Let's put that like that. And there's that draining energy. It's not really a loss though, right? It's not a loss. It's a renewal. Remember, his hand is sitting up, so he's getting ready to revive himself. He's becoming revived. He's getting ready. He said, I was down, I was out, but you know what? There's still hope. I'm going to get up. My hands are up. They're not down. I'm not dead in the water. I'm in a renewal right there. Absolutely, there it is. The Death card. Love it. That transformation. This is the ending of the situation. There it is. As the end of the Tef cycle approaches, this new beginning, this transformation, you are transforming into what it is you need to do. No more mental exhaustion. No more overthinking. The burnout is done. Release it, my friends. Let the death come, to you. That's the transformation. Allow that chapter to complete itself with whatever area it is of your life. Everybody's area is going to be a little bit different. Okay? It doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be 100% physical. It's definitely just transformation. Okay? So, this is just saying, really, altogether, this karmic reset is closing a long-term, mentally exhausting cycle for you guys. Okay? You're not being asked by the universe to fight anymore. You're being asked to release. What do you need to release? Love it. Guys, how powerful are you guys over here? Okay. This is beautiful. So going to each sign. What do I want to start? I'm going to start with, just go Taurus, Gemini, and go round. Taurus, Gemini. That's much. Oh, look at that. 3 of Cups to the 3 of Swords to the Page of Cups. Oh my gosh, and you got a Death card too, but I'm just going to leave that because the Death card's already there, so it's just kind of saying because of the Death card, this is why, because of that transformation. Wow, that's very powerful. So we'll just include this to here, okay, because it's just a clarifier. Okay, so we do have 3-3, so I do like that. This is definitely not random. When you have 2 cards that are of the same numbers, it definitely wants us to look at those numbers. Okay? It wants us to understand this is not random. This is very specific energy. Okay? So with the 3 of Cups over here, you're definitely moving into, it feels like you're moving into the 3 of Swords. It's talking about that heartache, that disappointment, but it's also talking about that community dynamics. And we're having a celebration after the heartache. It could just be the friendship shift or a love shift. Some kind of social dynamic changing. It's going to bring in this lunar eclipse is definitely going to bring in this realization about someone in your circle. Okay. Someone you may have been having a problem with. Okay, and it could definitely be bringing out the truth about this group setting, about this friendship, about this person or these people. Okay. Could be a water sign, doesn't have to be. Yeah, within the karmic reset area, it's really talking about revealing something within that social group and emotional connection that cannot continue the same way. It's saying you cannot keep continuing to do this over here, Taurus, Gemini. Something needs to change. It has to be reset. There has to be a final transformation and then bringing in that death. Yeah, a final transformation or a chapter closing. You're going to have to let go of this situation. Whether it's permanently changing, it has to permanently change no matter what. Let's put it that way. Whether or not you're permanently letting go or you're just going to allow the apologies and reset the relationship from a different standpoint, is going to be different for everyone. Because you could say, we could make apologies and say, you know what, we're going to build boundaries over here, and it's not going to work like this anymore. We need to change the dynamics of this friendship. We need to change the dynamics of how we're treating each other, or something of that nature, or just completely let it go. Say goodbye to the past. Apologize for, for all the upset and allowing this to linger within yourself. Clean that out, clear out that karmic chain, and then move forward, right? Because no matter what, it's shifting. It may sting at first, but it clears its way for the emotional renewal, one way or another, okay? So it's going to be, up to you how you're going to do that, but that's what it's doing. It's saying, I'm bringing this to an end. Do you want to end it yourself, or do you want me to let it sting you worse later? So if it ends, it's ending because it's completed its lesson. It feels more like a lesson. If it's renewing itself, then it's saying the lesson is we cannot continue this way. That's all it is. That's literally what it is. It's saying we cannot continue this way. Something has to give, or we have to go separate ways, because it cannot work. And then that cycle, that tough cycle, will therefore release itself, and then you'll feel renewed. Okay. Okay. Virgo, Libra. Ten of Wands in reverse to the Magician in reverse to the Hermit. There's your own energy coming out right there with that Hermit. Okay, so we have the Ten of Wands to the Magician. Moving into the Magician reversed and clarified by this Hermit. It's going to be very interesting. This is a very interesting energy of relief. No matter what, it's misaligned effort. Trying to control an outcome, but feeling like something isn't manifesting correctly. I was trying to take action here. It's not happening. So you're realizing that something wasn't authentic. Something is not happening the way I wanted it to happen. So I'm going to have to release it, to reset, right? To have that karmic reset. So this eclipse may be revealing where you've been trying too hard to make something work. Now you're going to withdraw, reflect, have solitude, looking for that inner truth within this situation. Can it actually be fixed, or do I just completely let it go? Because the karmic, right, what needs to be released. So it's pretty much saying, it's asking you stop over extending yourself and step back. I mean, if something hasn't been aligning, guys, despite your effort, it's time to pause and then either reassess the situation of whether I need to 100% try to fix this, or is it time to just let it go because it's just becoming a ball and chain, right? And a ball and chain means it's becoming a karmic cycle that you're doing over and over and over again without seeing the results. You can do it differently, but the results are the same, meaning it's not there, right? So it's finding your own clarity before trying again. So what I'm seeing here is just release what you've been carrying. Stop trying to force any kind of outcome. I really do like that you're going to step back from this situation. Spirit says the best thing to do is step back from this. If you have, then that's good. If you haven't, you might want to, right? Because this is a time to recalibrate this and reconnect with your own wisdom about the situation. Okay, beautiful, guys. Time to reassess what's going on in the situation, whether it's a love situation, a work situation. You'll know which situation it is. Okay, it's that first one that comes to mind, right? Even when it's not the one you want, it's kind of like, it's like, but I didn't want that one. It's got to be something else. It usually is the one that comes to mind first. Okay, my friends. Let's go to a Capricorn Aquarius. Okay, guys, so you do have the Queen of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. They're both reversed, and then you have this beautiful Queen of Wands coming out with this fiery energy. Oh my goodness. So, I mean, you know, it is. There's some kind of mental release that's going on, but you're reclaiming this confidence. This queen over here is powerful for you. Okay, so I do feel like there's a shift in some kind of long-term stability over here, coming out of this anxieties, but something that has been hidden from clarity is now becoming revealed, which I like that because it is a full, we have to always remember that this lunar eclipse is a full moon. It's the full moon in Virgo. So it's like when the full moon comes out, that clarity is going to come out. It's going to make this truth and make these boundaries. So any kind of emotional detachment that you had about this situation will now becoming clear, especially when it comes to that stability, that job, your structure, whatever it is that you're trying to make, whether it could be love, it could be job, it could whatever you're structuring, but it is feeling this imbalance within the structure. But then you see yourself becoming more decisive about what it is you truly want, and then it brings in this clarity. So you're going to feel like there's a firm boundary that's getting ready to be set. Once you let go of the things that were not helping you, things that were giving you anxiety, then the structure is shifting. It's because you're choosing clarity over comfort and choosing also your own confidence. So and then it makes you more confident. That's exactly what it is. Choosing clarity over comfort, and then brings in this confidence to say, that's okay though, because I can restructure. I can give myself a different future. I can give myself something that's going to work, something that's not going to just continue to give me anxiety, something that keeps pushing my buttons, something that keeps pushing my boundaries, whether it's a person, a job, whatever the situation is. You're going to have a complete mental reset, and then your structure is going to change. Wow. That's powerful. Mm-hmm. It says, Cap Opera, you are very composed and becoming very strategic, which therefore makes your structure change. Your stability is changing within that area of your life. There is, wow. I mean, that's gorgeous, guys. I've got nothing else. And that was it for you. Oh, and for everyone, if you want to watch the meditation, there will be a meditation for this in the second channel. Okay. Under the lunar eclipse, you'll find it. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.